In the modern world, dashcams have become an essential driving tool. They help us capture mundane moments, but sometimes they record moments that are downright disturbing. Buckle up and get ready for scary things caught on dashcam. This dashcam video was captured on January 25, 2021 in the dead of winter. Snow is falling as this automobile travels through a canyon in Utah. A pickup on the other side of the road loses control owing to the icy conditions as the automobile approaches a portion of road with no guardrails. It is forced into an impending Subaru. This car's dashcam captures the two vehicles crashing off the brink below. Everyone inside both automobiles would survive, with most suffering just minor injuries. 4 of the 5 individuals involved were able to exit their vehicles on their own. However, a woman in the pickup was trapped due to the way the vehicle had dented from impacting the ravine's bottom. Despite the fact that fire crews came minutes later and were able to free her, the route was stopped for many hours to allow for recovery efforts. Each automobile required 2 tow trucks to be removed. The following video was uploaded by a driver who was not expecting to witness anything unusual that night. He was simply driving home from a gathering and had his thoughts completely tuned out. After more than 20 minutes of driving, he appears to have come upon someone or something wandering on the road in complete darkness. Something in a white drape is crossing the street, and there is no light source to see where they are going. The uploader dubbed this night the Phantom Incident, and while he initially believed it was simply a stranger and a blanket, something makes him believe that this encounter was not right and how dangerous it is for anyone to stroll on a dark roadway like that. Was it a ghost, an entity, or simply a regular person? It's difficult to put into words. This occurred on a Massachusetts highway. Jeffrey Code is the man behind the wheel. As he drives along the road, listening to the radio, a large chunk of ice becomes dislodged from the automobile in front of him and flies into the air. The rock slams through Jeffrey's windshield, shattering it instantly. Jeffrey, now entirely blind, cautiously pulls to the side of the road, crossing 2 lanes blindly. He was unharmed because the slab had not entirely shattered through the glass, instead leaving cracks all over it. A side mirror and the windshield wipers were also damaged. Jeffrey confesses that if he had slammed on the brakes, he would have risked losing control and being hit by other automobiles, such as the one right next to him, which prevented him from veering into a different lane. This recording comes from another nightly motorist who was traveling on a highway around 3:42 a.m. He had no idea he was about to document the likely cause of a strange accident that had occurred that night. We can see a large rig driving in the distance, and then the truck rams the automobile in front of it, causing the accident. The man recording initially assumed that the small car had lost traction and then had the huge rig drive directly into it. Take a thorough look at the left side of the highway, however. It's odd how a thin black shadow phantasm stands there while all the other automobiles drive by. Was this possibly the cause of the accident? Did the little car attempt to dodge it, leading it to lose control and collide with the truck? It's impossible to say what happened here that night, but it clearly struck me as a paranormal occurrence. A small jet in San Diego lost power in mid-flight in July 2022. The plane was not close enough to an airport, and this was communicated to air traffic control. The two men in the plane were told to make an emergency landing on the nearest road. The cameras on this Tesla show this from a variety of perspectives. As the plane touches down, it collides with a sign. It was forced to continue driving up to another intersection when it collided with an SUV. After losing a wing, the plane began spewing gas all over the road. 2 people from the SUV and 2 people from the jet were brought to the hospital. They were all injured, but only slightly. Authorities praised the pilot for landing safely. He managed to keep the plane flying while causing minimum damage given the conditions. If he had lost control, or even if the light at the first crossing had been green, the entire situation could have been considerably worse. Ronald Wiley was traveling to West Hamlin, West Virginia, on Route 10, a road flanked on both sides by forest. He was turning when he spotted a giant tree in front of him begin to collapse. He had enough time to brake, but the tree took down more, pushing them to crash on top of him. The power wires along the road remained intact, allowing Ronald to back up from the trees. The area had received far more rain than typical in the days preceding this video, which is likely what caused the trees to collapse. Too much rain can inundate the soil that holds the roots in place, causing them to lose their grip. The trees have a domino-like effect in these situations. Ronald escaped unharmed after only a few seconds, with his truck bearing the brunt of the damage.
Thanks for watching Terror TV. To view any or all episodes of this video series, please click the link in the description below or on the pop-up to my left. Be sure to check out any of our other video series available for your viewing pleasure in the playlist section of this channel. See you on the next episode of Terror TV.